Chapter 27. The Storm Over the Airworld. Bridge was 10 now, and she'd already visited Aquatica and the stone world of Terra. But the airworld of Nimbus floating cities made of cloud and crystal, upheld by ancient magic, was her favorite. She had made a dear friend there, Zephyr, a winged boy her age, with hair like spun cloud and eyes the color of the sky. "Watch this," Zephyr yelled, diving through a ring of cloud, his wings spread wide. Bridge laughed, her heart soaring as she activated the small tech magic device Finn had crafted for her. Wings of light sprouted from her back, and she soared after him, feeling the exhilaration of freedom. They landed on the Cloud Spire, the tallest tower in Nimbus's capital. From there, they could see all the interworld bridges glowing in the distance, a testament to their united worlds. "My mum says Nimbus has the oldest magic of all," Zephyr said, sitting beside her with a hint of pride in his voice. "But lately, something's wrong. The wind's been getting wilder. The magic's flickering." Just then, a roar echoed through the sky. A storm unlike any they'd seen rolled in, black clouds that crackled with corrupted magic. Not the natural storm magic Kale wielded. The wind picked up, tearing at the cloud cities, and the crystal spires began to tremble. "The wind heart," Zephyr cried, pointing to a large crystal at the center of the city. "It's dying. That's what holds Nimbus up." Bridge's hands began to glow, her determination igniting. "We have to tell the adults." Chapter 28. The Corruption That Spreads. Elias, Seraphina, Kale, and Lena arrived in Nimbus an hour later, followed closely by Finn, Ilara, and a team of guardians from all worlds. The storm had worsened, clouds were turning gray and solid, falling like boulders onto the cities below, threatening to shatter them. "The corruption is spreading," Kale said, his storm magic flaring as he fought to calm the winds. "It's not from any world we know. It's empty. Like it feeds on magic itself." Ilara pulled out her scanner, her brow furrowed with concentration. "It's a void storm, something that exists between worlds, consuming all energy in its path. If it reaches the wind heart, Nimbus will fall. And if it reaches the interworld bridges, it'll spread to every world we've connected." Zephyr's mother, the Cloud Queen, flew over, her wings tattered and her expression filled with worry. "We've tried everything," she said, her voice strained and desperate. "Our magic isn't strong enough to push it back." Bridge stepped forward, her heart racing but her resolve unwavering. "What if we combine all our powers? Nimbus's wind magic, Aquatica's water, Terra's stone, ELDORIA's tech magic, all together." A hush fell over the group as everyone looked at her, considering the enormity of her suggestion. Kale grinned, pride shining in his eyes. "That's my niece always thinking big." Finn nodded, his expression serious yet hopeful. "If we work together, we can amplify our magic. It's our best chance to save Nimbus and protect the bridges we've built." Elias stepped forward, his voice steady. "We'll have to synchronize our energies, channeling them through Bridge's tech magic. It's a risk, but if we don't act now, we'll lose everything." As the group rallied around Bridge, she felt the weight of their expectations and the warmth of their faith in her. Together, they would face the storm, and together, they would light the way forward. Chapter 29. The Flight of the Starchild. The plan was dangerous. Bridge and Zephyr would fly into the heart of the storm to place a union, crystal crafted from materials of all 5 worlds, into the center of the void. The adults would create a shield of combined magic to protect them, while Finn and Ilara used their tech magic to guide their path. "I'm coming with you," Zephyr insisted, taking Bridge's hand firmly. "This is my home. I'm not letting it fall." Bridge squeezed his hand, feeling a surge of determination. Together, then, they took off, their wings slicing through the howling wind. The void storm swirled around them, black and empty, sucking at their magic and making their wings flicker. Bridge could sense the corruption reaching for her, but she thought of her family, her friends, all the worlds connected by bridges. Love surged through her, igniting her spirit, and her light wings blazed brighter. Almost there. Ilara's voice crackled through their cums, filled with urgency. Just as they reached the storm's center, a bolt of corrupted magic struck Zephyr's wing. He cried out, plummeting toward the void. Bridge dove after him, catching him just in time, her tech magic repairing his wing like a warm embrace. "We're not giving up," she yelled over the raging wind. They reached the core and pushed the Union crystal into it. For a heartbeat, time seemed to freeze. Then the crystal blazed with light, all the colors of the 5 worlds mixing into a single, brilliant white. Chapter 30. The Light That Unites. The light exploded outward, pushing back the void storm with a force that felt like a breath of fresh air. The black clouds faded, revealing the serene blue sky of Nimbus. The wind heart glowed brightly once more, and the cloud cities steadied, their foundations restored. The wind picked up not with rage, but with joy, carrying the sound of Nimbus's people cheering. Bridge and Zephyr soared back down to the cloud spire, where everyone awaited them with bated breath. Zephyr's mother enveloped them in a heartfelt hug, tears glistening in her eyes. "You saved us," she whispered, her voice trembling with gratitude. "Both of you." Kale clapped Bridge on the back, his pride evident. "That was the bravest thing I've ever seen. You didn't just use power, you used unity. That's what the Bridges are all about." That night, they feasted in Nimbus's great hall. A vibrant tapestry of flavors from all 5 worlds: cloud cakes, from Nimbus, seafruit, from Aquatica, stone bread from Terra, spiceberries from ELDORIA, and rich cake from Earth. Zephyr played a lilting tune on a wind flute, while Bridge danced, her light wings spreading wide, illuminating the room with a warm glow. As the feast drew to a close, Bridge stood up to speak, small but radiating confidence. "My dad always says bridges are built with love," she began, her voice steady. "But today, we learned they're also protected by it. By the love of friends, the love of family, and the love of all worlds working together. No void can ever destroy that." The crowd erupted in cheers, and Zephyr stood beside her, their hands intertwined. The interworld bridges glowed brighter in the distance, and a new star appeared in the sky, shaped like 2 wings, one of cloud and one of light. "The Star of Unity," Zephyr whispered, awe in his voice. "For all of us," Bridge replied, grinning as she looked out at the faces of people from 5 worlds, all together, all at peace. Chapter 31. The Door in the Void. 6 months after saving Nimbus, Bridge and Zephyr were exploring the edges of the interworld network with Finn and Alara. Their ship, an exquisite blend of earth metal, Eldorian crystal, and Nimbus cloud, glided gracefully through the vast expanse between worlds, its lights cutting through the inky darkness. "Bridge, look at this," Finn said, excitement lacing his voice as he pointed at his scanner. "There's a signal. A door. It's not like any of the other bridges, this one's been hidden for thousands of years." As they approached, the door emerged from the shadows, a massive arch made of black stone, intricately covered in symbols no one had ever seen. It hummed with a magic that felt both ancient and familiar, like a long-forgotten song suddenly remembered. "Should we open it?" Zephyr asked, his wings twitching with anticipation. Bridge's hands glowed as she touched the scanner, her curiosity piqued. "The symbols. They say only those who seek unity may enter. I think we're supposed to go in." Chapter 32. The World of Shadows That Glow. The moment they stepped through the door, the darkness lifted, revealing a breathtaking world called Umbra realm, where shadows glowed with soft rainbow light, and the ground sparkled with stardust. Trees with leaves made of shadow grew tall, their branches reaching toward a sky filled with radiant nebulae. But the world was eerily quiet, too quiet. As they walked through a forest of shadow trees, they stumbled upon a village's homes crafted from glowing stone, yet devoid of life. "Where is everyone?" Zephyr asked, his voice echoing through the stillness. Just then, a figure emerged from behind a tree. A girl, about their age, her skin like shadow and hair glowing like spun gold. She held a staff made of shadow wood, and her eyes were wide with fear. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice soft as a breeze. "You're not from here. No one's been here in thousands of years." "I'm Bridge," she said gently, extending her hand. "This is Zephyr. We came through the door." "What's your name?" "Luna," the girl replied, hesitantly taking Bridge's hand. "My people, we hide. The Shadow Eaters came. They feed on our glow, our magic. They've taken most of us. Only a few of us are left." Chapter 33. The Eaters and the Glow. Luna led them to a hidden cave where the remaining inhabitants of Umbra were huddled together, about 20 souls, their once vibrant glow dimmed by fear. Their leader, an elderly woman named Nebula, looked at Bridge and Zephyr with a flicker of hope in her eyes. "Your glow. It's different," she said, her voice wavering. "It's not just Umbra magic. It's infused with light from other worlds." Suddenly, a panicked shout echoed from outside. "The Shadow Eaters are coming." They rushed to the entrance and saw them, massive creatures made of pure, empty shadow, devoid of eyes, but sporting mouths that stretched wide, ravenous for light. They charged at the cave, their roars reverberating through the ground like thunder. "Everyone, stay back," Bridge yelled, her heart pounding. With a determined flick, she activated her light wings, and Zephyr spread his cloud wings wide, ready to face the encroaching darkness. Finn and Eldora quickly began setting up tech magic shields, while Luna raised her shadow staff, its glow flickering with urgency. "Together," Bridge cried, uniting their powers. Her tech magic light intertwined with Zephyr's wind magic, Luna's shadow glow merging with Finn and Eldora's blend of science and magic. A radiant wave of rainbow light erupted from them, striking the Shadow Eaters. The creatures roared, but this time their cries were filled with pain, not hunger. The light surged into them, filling the empty voids within, awakening the glow that had long been buried. Chapter 34. The Truth of the Eaters. As the last Shadow Eater absorbed the light, it transformed. The empty shadow faded, revealing a creature of shimmering stardust, beautiful and gentle, much like the people of Umbra. What happened?" the creature asked, its voice soft and bewildered. Nebula gasped, her eyes widening with recognition. "It's my son. He was taken by the Shadow Eaters years ago." Luna's voice trembled with realization. "The Shadow Eaters aren't monsters. They're our people. When consumed by fear and emptiness, they become hungry for light. But if we fill them with love and unity, they can become themselves again." One by one, the other Shadow Eaters transformed, revealing more of Umbra's lost people. Tears streamed down Nebula's face as she embraced her son, his glow radiant once more. Bridge smiled, her heart swelling with warmth. "That's the power of unity," she said, her voice steady. "It can fill any emptiness, even the darkest shadows." As the villagers gathered, their glows merging into a kaleidoscope of light, they understood that together they could overcome any darkness. The air shimmered with newfound hope, and the world of Umbra began to awaken once more. A week later, the door in the void had transformed into a vibrant new interworld bridge connecting Umbra to the rest of the network. The people of Umbra were no longer hiding. Their village thrived with light and laughter, sharing their unique shadow glow magic with visitors from other worlds. Luna and Bridge had become inseparable best friends, their connection deepening as they explored the wonders of their united worlds. Zephyr had taught the Umbra children how to soar through their glowing sky, their laughter echoing like music among the shadow trees. Finn and Eldora had built devices that helped the transformed Shadow Eaters maintain their glow, ensuring their magic remained strong. Kale and Lena trained them as guardians, empowering them to protect their world from fear itself. That night, they gathered in the village square for a grand feast, a delightful spread featuring food from all 6 worlds: shadow cakes from Umbra, cloud cakes from Nimbus, sea fruit from Aquatica, stone bread from Terra, spiceberries from Eldoria, and rich chocolate cake from Earth. Luna played an enchanting melody on her shadow staff, while Bridge and Zephyr danced, their wings of light and cloud weaving through the shadow glow that enveloped them. As the feast drew to a close, Bridge stood up, her heart swelling with pride, with Luna and Zephyr flanking her. "My dad always said every bridge starts with a single step," she began, her voice ringing clear. "Today, we took a step into the dark and found light. Umbra wasn't hidden from us. We were hidden from Umbra. But now, we're all together." The crowd erupted in cheers, their voices blending into a joyful chorus as the new bridge glowed brightly in the distance, adding its rainbow light to the ever-expanding web of interworld connections. The sky above Umbra sparkled with stars from all 6 worlds, and a new constellation emerged: 3 stars, one for Bridge, one for Zephyr, and one for Luna, all interconnected by radiant lines of light. "The Star of 3, Luna whispered, her eyes shimmering with wonder. "For all the friends we'll find in the dark," Zephyr added, his heart full of hope. Bridge grinned, looking out at the faces of people from 6 worlds, all united in love and light. "The journey never ends," she said, her voice filled with determination. And that's the best part. Bridge was 12 now, and she, Zephyr, and Luna had become the official interworld explorers, renowned across all 6 worlds for uncovering hidden places and solving seemingly impossible problems. They were returning from a trip to Aquatica when Finn's voice crackled through their ships comes urgency, lacing his tone. Bridge, get back here, now. Something's wrong with the bridges. When they arrived at the main bridge connecting ELDORIA and Nimbus, their hearts sank. A dark crack ran down its center, and the vibrant glow that usually filled it flickered like a dying ember. People from both worlds had gathered, their faces etched with fear and confusion. It's not just this one, Kale said, joining them, his expression grave. All the bridges are fracturing. The corruption from the void storm, it didn't vanish. It was merely hiding, spreading through the space between worlds. Elara pulled up her scanner, her brow furrowing deeper. The fractures are getting worse. In 24 hours, every bridge will shatter. If that happens, the worlds will be cut off forever. Worse, the energy release could destroy them all. Luna's eyes brightened with a spark of hope. My grandmother told me a story. It's about the heart of all bridges, a single crystal that connects every interworld bridge, hidden in a place that exists in all worlds at once. If we can find it and heal it, we can fix all the fractures. Where is it? Bridge asked, her heart racing with urgency. The story says it's located in the crossroads, a space between spaces, accessible only to those who can wield magic from every world. But to get there, you have to give up something you love. The 3 friends exchanged knowing glances, the weight of the decision settling heavily upon them. Bridge thought of her family, Zephyr of his cherished home in Nimbus, Luna of her people in Umbra. Despite their fear, they understood the gravity of their mission. We'll go, Bridge said firmly, her voice steady with resolve. Together, they stood in the center of the main bridge, hands intertwined, hearts racing with anticipation. Bridge activated her tech magic, Zephyr summoned his wind magic, and Luna called forth her shadow glow. Each channeling the essence of their worlds, they invoked Aquatica's water, Terra's stone, and ELDORIA Earth's light, the elements swirling around them. A portal opened before them, shimmering with the colors of the worlds, leading to a space that felt both everywhere and nowhere, the crossroads. Inside, the vast emptiness was pierced only by a single crystal floating in the center, glowing feebly, its surface marred by dark fractures. As they approached, a resonant voice echoed through the space, to heal the heart. You must give up what binds you to your world. Choose wisely. Zephyr stepped forward first. He removed the small crystal his mother had given him, his wind talisman, a cherished symbol of his place in Nimbus. I give up my claim to the cloud spire, he declared, holding it out with solemn determination. But I keep my love for my home and my memories of flying through the clouds with my mother. As the talisman dissolved, a small piece of the heart's fracture healed, a warm light spreading from the crystal. Next was Luna. She took off her shadow staff, the heirloom her grandmother had passed down, a symbol of her leadership in Umbra. I give up my role as future leader, she said, her voice steady yet emotional. But I keep my duty to my people and the courage to guide them, even without this staff. The staff dissolved, and more fractures began to mend, the light growing stronger. Finally, it was Bridge's turn. She pulled out the moon blossom her parents had gifted her on her 10th birthday, dried now, but still pulsing with their love. I give up the physical reminder of my family, she said, her voice thick with tears. But I keep their love in my heart, where it will always bloom. As the moon blossom dissolved, the last of the fractures vanished. The heart of all bridges blazed to life with brilliant light, and the voice spoke again. You have chosen love over power, unity over division. You have healed the heart. Stepping back through the portal, they were met with a sight that filled them with joy. All the bridges glowed brighter than ever. The fractures were gone, and people from all worlds were cheering, hugging, and crying tears of relief. Kale pulled the 3 friends into a tight embrace. You did it. You saved us all. Zephyr's mother flew over, cradling a new wind talisman crafted from cloud and crystal, sourced from all 6 worlds. You gave up your claim to the spire, she said, her eyes shining with pride. But you've earned something greater, the love of all worlds. This is for you. Luna's grandmother appeared next, holding a new shadow staff forged from shadowwood and stardust. "Leadership isn't about a staff," she said, her voice warm and reassuring. "It's about courage. You'll always be our leader, Luna." Finally, Seraphina approached Bridge, holding a small pot containing a new moon blossom seed. "You gave up the flower," she said, kissing her daughter's forehead gently. "But love grows back, stronger than ever. We'll plant this together and watch it flourish in all 6 worlds." As they stood together, surrounded by the glow of renewed connections, Bridge felt a profound sense of belonging. Love and unity had triumphed, binding the worlds closer than ever before. The journey had tested them, but it had also shown them the true strength found in sacrifice and friendship. That night, people from all 6 worlds gathered in the Heartwood Grove, a sacred place transformed by their unity. The air was thick with the sweet scent of blooming nightflowers, and the soft rustle of leaves whispered secrets of old. They had built a new union tree, its trunk crafted from seeds of each world, its bark shimmering with all 6 colors, and its leaves glowing with the light of the heart of all bridges. Bridge, Zephyr, and Luna stood at the center, hands intertwined, feeling the warmth of their shared connection. Elias stepped forward to give a speech, his voice steady and filled with hope. "When we first built the bridge between ELDORIA and Earth, we thought we were merely connecting to worlds. But look around your 6 worlds, all united by love, friendship, and courage. These bridges aren't just made of crystal and magic, they're made of us." The crowd erupted in cheers, their voices mingling in a symphony of joy. Music from all 6 worlds filled the air, lively string instruments from ELDORIA, rhythmic drums from Terra, and the ethereal flutes of Aquatica, blending into a harmonious celebration. Bridge activated her light wings, Zephyr unfurled his cloud wings, and Luna summoned her shadowglow wings. Together, they soared into the night sky, dancing among the stars, their lights intertwining to create a breathtaking rainbow that arched across the expanse of the interworld bridges. As they landed, Bridge looked out at the faces of her family, friends, and people from every corner of the web of worlds, a tapestry woven from diverse threads, yet bound by the same spirit. She spotted familiar faces: Kale, his eyes shining with pride, and Seraphina, who beamed with joy. She understood that more adventures awaited them, more threats to face, and more bridges to build. But she also felt an unshakable certainty: as long as they stood together, they could overcome anything. "The journey never ends," she whispered to Zephyr and Luna, her heart swelling with pride. "Good," Zephyr grinned, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "Because we're just getting started." Luna laughed, her shadow glow illuminating the space around them. "To the next world, to the next adventure." "To us," they raised their hands in unison, and the heart of all bridges glowed above them, bright, strong, and eternal. The sun rose over the merged skies: Earth's golden sun, ELDORIA's 2 shimmering moons, and the stars of 4 other worlds shining together in a breathtaking tapestry. The heart of all bridges blazed at the center of this web, and the new union tree stood tall in the Heartwood Grove, its leaves singing a song that echoed the stories of 6 worlds. But then, boom, a shockwave ripped through the air. From the space between worlds, a fleet of ships emerged, the Void Raiders, creatures made of empty shadow, who had watched the web grow and coveted its power. "Surrender your magic," their leader roared, his voice echoing across all realms. "Or we'll destroy every bridge, every world, every last spark of light." The war was on. Guardians from all 6 worlds charged into battle. Kale's storm magic clashed with void lightning. Lena's nature magic wrapped around enemy ships, and Finn and Illyra's tech magic disabled their weapons. Earth's military fought alongside Eldorian knights. Aquatica's water warriors dove through void clouds. Terra's stone warriors held the line. Nimbus's winged guardians soared above, and Umbra's shadowglow warriors filled the void with brilliant light. Bridge, Zephyr, and Luna stood at the front, their wings spread wide. Together, Bridge yelled, and their powers merged into a single brilliant beam of light that struck the lead Void Raider ship. It exploded in a shower of stardust, but more ships came. "We're losing," Zephyr cried, a void bolt grazing his wing. Luna pulled in behind her, her shadowglow creating a protective shield. "Not yet," she said fiercely. "We don't give up on each other." The sun rose over the merged skies, Earth's golden sun, ELDORIA's 2 shimmering moons, and the stars of 4 other worlds shining together in a breathtaking tapestry. The heart of all bridges blazed at the center of this web, and the new union tree stood tall in the heartwood grove, its leaves singing a song that echoed the stories of 6 worlds. But then, boom, a shockwave ripped through the air. From the space between worlds, a fleet of ships emerged, the Void Raiders. Creatures made of empty shadow who had watched the web grow and coveted its power. "Surrender your magic," their leader roared, his voice echoing across all realms. "Or we'll destroy every bridge, every world, every last spark of light." The war was on. Guardians from all 6 worlds charged into battle. Kale's storm magic clashed with void lightning. Lena's nature magic wrapped around enemy ships, and Finn and Alara's tech magic disabled their weapons. Earth's military fought alongside Eldorian knights. Aquatica's water warriors dove through void clouds. Terra's stone warriors held the line. Nimbus's winged guardians soared above, and Umbra's shadowglow warriors filled the void with brilliant light. Bridge, Zephyr, and Luna stood at the front, their wings spread wide. Together, Bridge yelled, and their powers merged into a single, brilliant beam of light that struck the lead Void Raider ship. It exploded in a shower of stardust, but more ships came. "We're losing," Zephyr cried, a void bolt grazing his wing. Luna pulled him behind her, her shadowglow creating a protective shield. "Not yet," she said fiercely. "We don't give up on each other." Just as the Void Raiders were about to break through, something incredible happened. People from all worlds, from Leeds' city streets to Umbra's shadow forests, from Aquatica's deep seas to Nimbus's floating spires began to glow. They weren't warriors, but farmers, teachers, children, and artists. They raised their hands, and their love, hope, and unity flowed into the heart of all bridges. The heart blazed brighter than ever, and a wave of light exploded outwards, so radiant it made the sun seem dim. The Void Raiders screamed as the light engulfed them, transforming them from monsters into beings of stardust, just like Umbra's lost people. The war was over in mere minutes. Tears streamed down everyone's faces, tears of sadness for lives lost, tears of happiness for victory, and tears of love for one another. Bridge collapsed in her parents' arms, sobbing. "We did it," she whispered. "We really did it." Seraphina held her tight, her own tears flowing freely. "You're our hero, Bridge, all of you." Kale pulled Zephyr into a bear hug, laughing as the boy's wing flapped in excitement. Lena hugged Luna, her eyes glistening with pride. "You were amazing," she said, "braver than any guardian." Dorian walked over, his fire magic glowing softly. "Who would have thought?" he grinned. "The boy who once wanted to steal power would end up fighting to protect it with friends from 6 worlds." As the sun rose higher, the crowd began to laugh and dance. Earth's children played with Nimbus's winged kids. Aquatica's warriors splashed in the heartwood stream. Terra's stone warriors taught everyone how to carve stardust into jewelry, and Umbra's transformed people sang songs of light, their voices harmonizing in a joyful celebration of unity. Bridge, Zephyr, and Luna stood on the union tree's roots, looking out at the web of worlds. The bridges glowed like rivers of starlight, and the 6-world constellation shone bright in the sky. "I'm going to miss this when we go on our next adventure," Zephyr said, grinning. "Who says we have to go far?" Luna laughed, pointing at a new door in the void, small, but glowing with promise. "There's always another world to find." Bridge smiled, her heart brimming with love for her friends, family, and the worlds they had saved. "No matter where we go," she said, "we'll always be connected. The light binds us all." They raised their hands, and the heart of all bridges glowed in response. Laughter filled the air, mixed with the songs of the union tree, and the cheers of 6 worlds united. It was sad, happy, chaotic, and perfect. This was their story, a story of 2 worlds that became 6, of fear that became courage, of greed that became love, of strangers that became family. And as the final note of the song faded into the merged skies, they knew this was just the beginning. But for now, they'd dance in the light, laugh with their friends, and hold their loved ones close. The end and the beginning.